I'm just a little curious. Some people would say that during these campaigns, your candidate has been exposed even a little more. I mean, he's not been out in the public as often, as much as he has been during these campaigns. And during the period, it would seem that he's made some mistakes that people have, wondered, is your candidate really ready? Or can he really last another 4 years in office? Will he be capable of running that office for another 4 years?
Are you sure you're going to last till the end of this program? It's up to God. I don't know why people talk about this.
Excuse me, I'm not talking about his health now. I'm talking about his mental capacity. Some people are saying, is he really capable of managing
his
that office?
mental capacity?
Right. Yes.
What's wrong with the mental capacity of the president?
Yeah,
what has he shown?
But you have a president.
What is wrong with the mental capacity of the president?
Let me give you an instance. For instance, when he went to Delta State, when he said he was handing over the flag to the the flag of presidential, the presidential candidate, and some people were saying presidential candidate, and he said senatorial candidate, and he said, we're talking about the governorship, exactly, the governorship.
So there's something wrong with somebody having a slip of tongue on live TV,
and it is serious.
That shows mental capacity.
He repeats that again in Cross River State.
That shows mental capacity.
Excuse me, he repeats that again in Cross River State.
He didn't repeat that in Cross River State.
He did, because he introduced somebody else. He introduced somebody else as a governorship candidate in Cross River State. It was supposed to have been Senator Owan, and then it was Ndoma Egba that was thrown up there.
Are you done?
When you have a repeat of such incidents, then people are supposed to question the basis, of his stability.
Can he respond?
Sorry.
Are you done?
Let him respond to
Okay.
that.
Now, first of all, you said he repeated that in Cross River. That was not a repeat. Let me define what repeat is. Repeat is if you do the same thing twice. That's a repeat. That's not a repeat. He mentioned presidential. It is, I make those mistakes all the time. You know why? Because I'm used to call him presidential. So the president is used to call him presidential. He called presidential, he called senatorial, and he called gubernatorial. Because what? He usually hands flags or raise the hands of either gubernatorial candidates or senatorial candidates.
But not presidential.
Hold on. I said he's used to calling presidential. So there cannot be, by any measure of decency, be described as a lack of mental capacity. And what happened in Cross River State is not the same thing. He said repeat. And like I said, I've defined what repeat is. It's not what happened in Cross River. Hold on. It's because people are scrutinizing. If we're going to scrutinize the mistakes, we just don't have time to scrutinize the mistakes of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar or any of their candidates that talk on TV. We don't have time. We're focusing on the issues. In Cross River State, he raised the hand because there was somebody on his left hand, on his right and left-hand side, and he raised his hand, saying you're a gubernatorial candidate, not knowing that the person has already moved to his left. And then he was pointed at, is that the same mistake? Does that have anything to do with mental care? How could you even bring that as an issue here?
The issue
How can that be a precursor to show the mental capacity of a president that goes to 2 states every day and doesn't sleep well early at night,
but that is not
and goes through the rigors of campaign non-stop? And I can remember on one of our inaugural campaign meetings, there were a lot of people that were saying, we should give space. We should give space in these campaign trails, and then we go a day. He said, no, let's do this. Let's get it over with. I have the strength, I have the capacity, and let's get it over with. Unless if you younger people are going to get tired. And the man simply doesn't get tired. He has the fervor, he has the strength. And when people tell me that, is he going to last for another 4 years? Are we sure that we're going to last till the end of this program? That is up to God. And we pray to God that he lasts for the next 10, 20 years.
We do pray that he lasts for the next 20 years.
So please, let's not bring that as an issue.
I don't think the issue here is about his age. I don't think the issue is about, nobody is praying that anybody should die.
When you talk about mental capacity, you're still talking about health issues. How can anyone tell me, how can anyone question the mental capacity of the president? It's absolutely insulting to me.
How do you respond to that? I mean, some people also take issue with the fact that your candidate is not, he's also in his 70s.
Absolutely.
He is not any younger.
Yeah.
So, how do you also respond to the fact that, there are also issues about why we're all dealing with people who are in their 70s?
Yeah, the point is that, he's fitter. He's fitter.
How do you compare that?
Exactly. How do you know?
That he has not,
we have not experienced the kind of lapses that he is having to defend.
He hasn't spent 4 years as president.
No, that is not the issue.
What lapses are we even talking about?
That is not the issue. We're talking about...
What lapses are we talking about? Lapses like going on debate? No, hold on. Lapses like
going... He put on the stage.
Lapses like going
on
debate.
How has he carried himself? He runs the same hectic schedule. He does 2 states, maybe 3 states per day. Breaks into caucus meetings, breaks into, small community meetings and so on and so forth. And he's standing strong. You saw him in Kebbi yesterday.
And then he runs to Dubai once in a while.
Well, your man was away for 104 days to stabilize.
Not doing the campaign.
Yeah, but that's not the issue. He has no plan during the campaign. But you were out for 104 days. 104 days, four critical months in the administration in the life of the administration.
He runs away
4 months.
in the midst of campaign.
Yeah, but that is not in the midst of this campaign.
The mental capacity and the
that is not in the midst of this campaign.
Gentlemen, we do know that the office of the president does take its toll on the health of whoever occupies that office. I mean, we have seen that for any person who is serious, any political office that you occupy,
that's right.
We all see that they go grayer, in the period of
we've seen that across the world.
We've seen that across the world. So let us not make bones about the fact that...
And that is even for presidents who care about the country, not the president who wants to sell assets to their friends. That is
not the issue. Let us stay on this issue.
So let us stay on the issue.
You're gerrymandering. Let us stay on the issue.
When people say that they're really worried about the health of the president, don't they have genuine cause to be?
Absolutely.
And that's my question to Ismail. Don't they have genuine cause to be? When people say they're concerned about the health of the president, don't they have genuine cause to be?
They have. Absolutely. But you are not questioning the health of the president, his physical health. You are talking about his mental capacity. That's what I find insulting. That's what I find insulting.
What is wrong with that?
That's what I find insulting. What has he shown?
As people grow older, we do know that there are diseases that affect older people. That is the truth. That is a reality. What is wrong with the question?
So, and former President Obasanjo that is in the 80s that is endorsing Atiku and then tomorrow he insults him is absolutely fine, right?
Nobody has said that.
That is not the issue.
No, I'm just giving you an example. Age. What are you talking about age here?
Obasanjo will be 82.
They are probably in the same age bracket with Atiku Abubakar.
Gentlemen, we have to go on break. We'll come back in just a moment. Please stay with us. Well, we're still on with the program looking at the issue of the chances of the candidates, of the presidential candidates. Yes, there are more than 2 presidential candidates, but we're looking at these 2 major presidential candidates. Perhaps we'll look at the chances of other candidates in coming days. But let's quickly get the closing remarks of you, Chief Tunde Olushunle. Beg your pardon. I hope I'm getting that right. Yes,
Thank you very much.
What do you think the chances of your candidate will be come February 16?
Very bright. We've done our work. We are still on the road. We are talking to people. People are coming out. They are receiving us. You can see the crowds. They are excited. We are not in government. We don't have money to pay for rented crowds, but the people are massing around my candidate because they see that he holds hope,
Is this in spite of the, predictions that have been given by some people? A daily this morning released what they thought were the chances of your candidate.
I hope you saw I hope you also saw, what was done by this day yesterday, an independent survey. And I hope you did the tally yourself. And you see that at first ballot, my candidate is going to win.
Okay. What do you say to that?
I'm glad they're that confident, but because, we don't want them to realize what is actually happening on the ground. We have one single strategy, and that has been on from the get-go. The strategy is that government is for the people, deliver directly to the people, communicate directly to the people. That's what we've been doing. That's what the president has been doing. That's what the vice president has been doing. That's what all members of government and party loyalists have been doing all through. Now, on February 16, it's a day that we cannot wait for it to come, because that is the day where you remove the wheat from the chaff, and then some people would go into permanent retirement, God willing. We are absolutely certain the president will win.
Well, the power lies in your hands, you the voter, and we hope that you would exercise your power wisely and look at what the candidates are offering before you eventually cast your ballot. So we'll have to wrap it up for the program. I have to thank you, gentlemen, for coming on the program. Ismail Ahmed is the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Social Investment Program and also Deputy Director, Youth Mobilization of the APC Presidential Campaign. And I also have with me Chief Tunde Olusunle, who is a Special Assistant to former President Olusegun Obasanjo and member, Media and Publicity Committee of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council. Gentlemen, thank you for coming on Sunrise Daily.
Thank you very much.
That's where we'll wrap it up this morning, Sunrise Daily. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maokwe Ogun Yusuf. It's back to you, gentlemen in Lagos.
Oh, yes, indeed. I'm Chamberlain. So
I'm Gimba Umar. And I'm Ayo Makine. Have a great day.
The views and opinions expressed by guests on this program are those of the maker and do not reflect the views, opinions, and endorsement of Channels Television.